welcome back for our third and final segment. I'm Harold. This is Trey. You can catch us on Roku, ibtv.us, or YouTube. This is Athletes Incorporated. Now we're going to go right back and finish up talking about some of the NBA stuff that's going on. Trey, what team do you like, and what are they doing, and why do you think they're really good right now?
Okay, so number one, if you watched one show of this, folks, you know I love the OKC. I love Russell Westbrook. He's actually my favorite player in the league right now. On the west side, it's OKC, and what I do like that they're doing is they're playing as a team. They're gaining that chemistry, and they're young. People look at a team like the Golden State Warriors or the Rockets, and what those teams have is a lot of experience. They've been through a lot of playoff games, but OKC's still a young team. Russell Westbrook's becoming the best player on the planet, and they're starting to play really good defense. If you look at the defense, they're playing really good defense. In the Eastern Division, I love the Washington Wizards. They've got John Wall, they've got Bradley Beal, and they've got a lot of other young guys that are really starting to turn the corner. They don't play as good defense. They're still young and they're still very inexperienced on the defense side of the ball, but I like those two teams, and I think in a 7-game series, folks, not a one and done, but a 7-game series, those are two teams you got to watch out for in the playoffs.
You know, my favorite team is the Golden State Warriors, and that is not so much because that they have something that they've won championships, but because I think that they're the epitome of professional basketball players. You don't see the ugliness that goes on with some of the other teams. If LeBron James isn't careful and doesn't start to check himself, his legacy is going to be affected here. The things that are going on, bringing in Isaiah Thomas, and he gets to read Kevin Love, the Riot Act. Kevin Love was sick, so he goes home at halftime, has the flu, doesn't want to pass that on to them, and is not playing well. But then he has to hear from LeBron and Wade and Isaiah Thomas, who just got there, about what he should and shouldn't be doing. He's the one that's being asked to move his position. This is Kevin Love. He's the one that's being asked to change what he does best. If LeBron is really going to go down as the greatest in history, then do what Magic Johnson did. When they needed someone to go down in the hole, Magic, they left Kareem home. Magic came from the point and went down in the hole and did the job. Put the team on your back and be a leader. Quit the whining and in particularly the berating and the demeaning of your coach and your teammates in public. That has got to stop. I've always been a LeBron James fan. Love his physical talent and usually what he does. But here lately, the Cavaliers have gone back for me. You know, I was kept always back and forth with the Cavs and Golden State. I just love the way that Steph Curry always stays even keel. If they're winning great, he's still laughing, patting the guys on the back. You don't see him lay into people in public. That's just not a good thing. In particularly when you have people waiting in the weeds like OKC, like the Celtics, who are waiting for you to come apart. They're laying to get you. So, with LeBron trying to, I think he's getting caught up in whether he's going to be considered the greatest ever.
Yeah.
And they keep talking about
just scored 30K points. The youngest player to ever score 30,000 points, folks. So that he is becoming the greatest player ever, I think. But I also think he's getting older.
Yeah, well, he's been
in the playoffs every year.
And no one beats Father Time, folks. And if you just want a little history lesson here, folks, how many rings and how many championships you have, if that's the benchmark of you being the greatest, then a man who won 2 high school state championships, 2 NCAA championships, NCAA Player of the Year twice, Olympic gold medal, won a NBA World Championship the first year he came in the league and the last year he played, and won 9 in between. That's 11 rings. That is Bill Russell.
Yeah.
So if we're going to go on who has the most rings, no one is. That's not ever going to happen again.
Right.
So we need to, so they keep talking about that, but then they fail to remember that record is the one that you look at as the benchmark. If we're going to talk about how many championships you have, if that's the whole thing, that would be there then.
And also talking kind of bringing it full circle, I don't even see if the Cavs don't add a piece in free agency before the trade deadline. I don't see the Cavs even going to the finals.
Yeah,
I don't see them making the finals.
No,
I see
don't
a complete implosion. And I think LeBron James is going to actually leave the Cavs at the end of the season, no matter what.
Right.
So it's going to be tough.
And then we talk about where does he go, because if he talks about going to L.A. and hook up with the Lakers,
Yeah.
can you imagine the drama there
Oh, yeah.
with the Ball family?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. And Kevin Love might want to go back home, but if LeBron goes back, he's not going to be bothered with LeBron anymore. Kyrie Irving kind of showed you what, LeBron wears on.
Yeah.
And you can be with him for a little while, and then, it's just not going to be. That brings us to, man, some of the college games that we'll just hit on here at the end of the segment. Yesterday they had a big game, in one of what they're calling the SEC
Big 12.
Big 12,
Yeah.
and we had Alabama playing Oklahoma. The
Right.
game was at Alabama, and Oklahoma has some people feel the best point guard.
Yeah.
Trey Jackson.
Trey Young.
Trey Young. Who
lot
was
of trades.
who was held scoreless
Yeah.
the last 11 minutes of the second half. He did not score.
Yeah.
They were putting Johnson, the coach for Alabama, he said he gave him 7 different looks during the game. So instead of one look like everybody else was doing, as you remember that now, Trey is only 6'2".
Yeah.
So
6'3" with shoes.
Yeah,
6'3" with shoes.
So he's not
Yeah, he's
tall.
not a big guy. He's
And
not got a big frame either.
And they put people from 6 foot all the way to 6'8" that covered him.
Yeah.
And they were on him. I mean, wow.
And that might be the template.
Yeah.
That might be the template.
Right.
So you might
Coach
see
Avery Johnson had them on him. It was unbelievable. They did not give him a breath.
Yeah.
They were on him so
Yeah.
much. Without the ball,
Yep.
they were in his face.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. And that's the template, man, in college ball, I
Yeah.
believe. If you play defense like that,
Oh.
you just keep bringing them at the people in waves.
Yeah.
Use that whole bench. Bring them in waves. And then, of course, we had the big game with the Duke Blue Devils,
Yeah.
who always seem to get the benefit.
Yeah.
They played Virginia.
Yeah.
It's the first time in 23 years Virginia has won at Duke.
Yep.
But they really played hard and put it on them. And, of course,
Yeah.
Grayson Allen
Yeah. Acted a fool, folks.
acted a fool at the end of the game, classless.
Yeah.
And that just shows me why when they keep talking about how great Coach K is, he's a great coach, I'm not saying that,
Yeah.
but he's like the rest. He wants to win.
Yeah.
Why else would you put up with someone like Grayson Allen?
Well, two reasons. Number one, either you're okay with it or you're coaching it, folks. But it falls on Coach K. And you kind of see who Coach K is behind closed doors. Everybody says he's a great coach. He's an Olympian. But all these coaches want to win. And that's what it really comes down to. And if you have a guy like Grayson Allen, who's a great player, but he's very classless. You've seen him trip people, push people.
Multiple times. And you have to remember, Trey, he is one. He stayed. He didn't come out of that.
Yeah.
He's the only senior on the team.
Yeah.
So you've had 4 or 5 years to affect the behavior and the attitude of a young man, and he still is acting this way.
Yeah.
That's because that's who he is.
Yes.
That's who he is. Now he will get drafted. I want to see him pull some of this stuff in the NBA.
Oh, yeah. He won't. He won't.
He probably does this because he can.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we have them. So it's some great college basketball going on right now.
Check out college basketball, folks. It's a great year. It's a great year for the NBA. It's a great year for the NCAA basketball. I know Tiger's playing well again, which is great for golf. He's on the comeback road, and we all like a great comeback story. So.
Oh yeah.
And he's chasing Mickelson, so he's chasing history. So that's always a big thing.
That'd really be great, man. To see someone who's had multiple back surgeries, and then of course the problems that he had in his personal life.
Yeah.
It'd be a really great comeback for him to just be competitive.
Because if you look at the numbers, and a lot of people stop watching golf when Tiger Woods went down.
Yes.
So it's gonna be good for golf to see that again.
Yes. Good flow thing.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Well, thanks for tuning in with us, folks. Again, we're on ibtv.us, we're on Roku TV, and we're on YouTube. Comment, subscribe, like us, and we'll see you again next week, same time. I'm Trey. This is Harold. You guys take care. Have a good week.